of the National Assembly, welcome you all for the call for memorandum on bill referred to the committee. The public hearing arose from the need to articulate the input of stakeholders and the general public to ensure the bill meets the yearning of Nigerians when it eventually passed law. It is necessary input in the legislative process. The committee has received a letter on Friday, 24th July 2020, dated 23rd July 2020 from the Clerk of the House, that the bill for an act to provide for the protection of plant variety and establishment of Plant Variety Protection Office, PVP, for the promotion of increased stable crops production for small-scale holders, farmers in Nigeria, and for related matters, sponsored by Dan Agundi Monir Baba, has discharged from the committee due to its sitting on Thursday, 2nd July 2020, pursuant to the Representative Standing Rules, Order 17 Rule 3. Therefore, the committee has stopped further legislative action on this bill. The bill for consideration are as follows. A bill for an act to establish Nigerian Institute of Plant Protection and for related matters, sponsored by Honorable Harry Achibong, HB 109-0502-2020. Secondly, a bill for an act to repeal the Commodity Board Act, CAF C4 LFN 2004, and re-enact the Commodity and Grains Board as a body cooperate to promote, regulate, and standardize the production and exportation of such commodities and grains and for related matters. Sponsored by Honorable Mohammed Tahir Mungunu, HB 216, dated 11/02/2020. Third bill, a bill for an act to amend the Sea Fisheries Act, CAF, S4, Law of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to, among other things, bring the penalties therein in conformity with modern day's reality and related matters, sponsored by Honorable Awaji Enobek D. Abente, HB 416, dated 25/11/2019. As legislators, we wish to restate our commitment to facilitate these bills in line with the agricultural transformation agenda of the 9th Assembly and the federal government agricultural policies. I urge you to make modest contribution, considerations the policies. I urge you to make bills. Permit me to use this opportunity to thank the Right Honorable Speaker and other members of the National Assembly, especially the committee members, the Chairman Senate Committee on Agriculture and Rural Development, my Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry of Agri and Rural Development, DGs and registrars of other councils and other stakeholders. Once again, I welcome you. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
From that of our ministry, express our sincere gratitude to this committee. One, for the wonderful working relationship that we have. Two, for the very good things that we share together, especially our commitment to promote agriculture and rural development. I As you know, this government's number one priority is to ensure that this country achieves food security and works towards uplifting our people out of poverty. And agriculture remains the best possible way for achieving that. And I'm happy to say, on behalf of the Minister, that we share the same passion, the same commitment with this committee, and we have enjoyed their cooperation, and we have been collaborating to achieve that very important objective. With respect to these bills, many of these we have discussed, and we are going to work together as we proceed towards the process of settlement of the bills. I will seek your permission, Mr. Chairman, just to make generic comments about the bills as proposed. We will, with your permission, submit detailed comments and observations in writing to the committee in the next few weeks. With respect to the Plant Variety Protection Office, I think this is a very wonderful initiative of the bill. As you know, we eat from plants, and our seed industry is to develop. And for many of us, we know that others are trying to dictate how we use it. In other words, we are able to develop a system that will protect our breeders and our varieties. So considering setting up the Plant Variety Protection Office, I think it's in the right direction. We have a couple of observations which we will submit the right in respect to that. But in principle, I think the ministry, for the record, is in full support of this bill. Sea Fisheries Act, everyone knows, is a huge industry, and unfortunately, even though we have the resources to be self-sufficient in fish production, we still spend billions of naira every year in the importation of fish. And we have very serious crises with respect to the whole value chain, particularly illegal fishing on our territorial waters that deprive the countries of ability to produce its own local fish, and also depriving the country of earning huge foreign exchange. Our observations, which we will submit, is that the proposed fines are too legal to serve as significant deterrent. If you look at our other neighbors in the Gulf of Guinea, Liberia or Guinea, what they impose as fines are much, much higher. So if we know the significance and the economic importance of this industry, I think we should review the fines to be punitive enough and to reflect the international standard. And we will submit that in details with figures. I don't want to comment on establishing the institute. I think I have discussed with the stakeholders. One of the stakeholders who introduced himself is my personal friend for the last 40 years. And in principle, we agree that we need to have an institute that regulates crops and plants. Our challenge as a ministry is that there is already a pronouncement by government with respect to the issue of creating additional agencies. As you know, Mr. President has directed that the Oresenia report should be implemented. So we want to seek for the permission of the committee to be allowed to look at what that report says with respect to this, and then come back so that if we need to discuss further and maybe make a case together, we'll do that. But in principle, we agree that we need to do something and enhance our capacities for that. Repealing the commodity bonds. Again, I don't have the benefit of my Director of Legal Services, but you know that they have been non-functional for many years. And many countries are running away from commodity and grain bonds. Some of the opinions is that we should allow market forces to determine that, ensuring level playing ground and taking our national security concerns into consideration. So we feel we should repeal commodity bonds, but I am unable to make a definite comment with respect to enacting and creating commodity and grain bonds. I may have to do some consultations, and then I will have a personal discussion, me and the Minister of the Chairman and key members of the committee, to reach a position that will be in the overall interest of our country, will be in the overall interest of promoting agro-business, will be in the overall interest of achieving food security. Because if you remember, there were reasons why the cocoa board was practically abolished, even if the law is not repealed, and other members. So we need to learn from those lessons, in my humble opinion, and actually have a conversation realistically and frankly about whether it is expedient to begin to consider reenacting and establishing commodity bonds. Within the context of the current situation with agriculture, if you look at many nations, we promote agribusiness, but with particular attention to protecting the smallholder farmers, ensuring minimum guaranteed prices, and then achieving national food security. Because not only is food a commercial and business issue, it's a national security issue. So no country wants to pursue a path that can potentially jeopardize its national security. So with your permission, Chairman, we will come back to you for further consultations on this issue. With these few remarks, I wish to thank the committee again. I reassure you of our unflinching support and cooperation as we work together to promote this very important sector that is critical to us.
Yes, I'm Dr. Vincent Isegbe, the Director General, Nigeria Agricultural Quality Service. And we're here in respect of public hearing on 3 bills that was presented today. That is the National Institute for Plant Protection, the Seafoods, and then the other one for the commodity boards. We're invited to come and make a presentation. That's why we're here.
Okay, sir. What is your position on these 3 bills?
Well, on the NIPP bill, we've made a submission to the Honorable House. And then the proponents of the bill too, they've said they have adjusted, which we are going to look at. You can see us discussing, because we think that we should put our heads together in national interest. If their cause is genuine and if it's not against any act of parliament, we support them as much as we can so that we can work together. But it's those areas that we talked about, which they say they have adjusted already, and which we will look at when we get to the office, and then I'm sure we'll come to an agreement.
Sir, can you tell us your name again?
Wait now.
No, each has its own functions. If it's an institute that will take care of whatever, we don't have any objection to that, like you heard me say. But where, there's a duplication of mandates, functions, and duties, that's only when we bring that out to the Honorable House for them to see and then make the necessary corrections. So, but if the bill is generally in the national interest, I'm sure every Nigerian will agree to that and support the bill.
Okay, so in summary, what basically is the sources and the challenges of the agency in recent times?
Well, as an agency of government, our mandate is to secure the Nigerian agricultural economy. If you like, you can call us those who are the first line of defense, against the incursion of pest disease of plants and animals and aquatic resources. We do our best, based on prevailing circumstances, to ensure that any product leaving Nigeria to the outside world passes through the normal SPS protocol, and any agricultural commodity that is coming into the country will have to observe the necessary SPS protocols too. We safeguard the economy of other international countries, and then we safeguard our own too as well. So that's the duty of the National Quarantine Service for any country. So in the course of doing our job, we expect that we do the necessary things. We liaise with other agencies of government to ensure that the right thing is done. Where we come into contact with someone that does not is of interest maybe to any other agency of government, we draw their attention to it because of the professional that we do. But anything that has to do with agri, it's within the domain of the quarantine service to ensure and safeguard that we have good food in the country, and it is from that good food too that we export to other nations as well. Thank you.
Let's get the names.
Dr. Vincent Isebi, DG Nigeria Agricultural Quarantine Service.
Thank you.
Yeah.